Ahoy Rum Explorers, I'm Nia. I'm a rum enthusiast and this is Sample Sunday. So today I am going to enjoy 2 samples that Jason the River Pirate 13 gifted me. If you do not follow him, make sure you hit the subscribe button on his and I's channel. We have done a ton of collabs. So I will be putting all of our collabs and cards up above so you can go ahead and follow and check us out. Now, the first one that I'm doing is Flying Gang La Florida Gold Cask Rum. It's 80 proof. It is a cask rum, so I'm quite excited for this one. So I'm gonna start with the Glencairn and see what notes we get. This is looking really light for a cask rum. I'm gonna agitate it a little. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this. That's interesting. So I know I've said this before in another rum. It kind of reminds me of that earthiness of like the volcanic soil of some rums. There are some heavy cocoa notes. It's quite unique. As far as the notes, again, I'm getting some of that earthiness, but of the soil, which is quite unique because Flying Gang Rum is a Floridian rum company. I'll put their info down below as well as any research information I found for this specific bottle. I know Paul from Drums and Rums gifted me actually a full bottle of theirs and I think it's their orange rum. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on that review. But this is interesting. I don't know if I love it or I hate it. Let's take another swig but from the neat glass. Let's see if I detect any other notes. Definitely, you know, some oakiness from the cask, but typical rum smell. Besides on this one I got a little bit more of the earthiness of the rum, kind of like, this is gonna sound crazy, but kind of like when I tasted it, it reminded me of the Everglades. So I don't know, let's try this one. Cheers. On this one there's a lot sweeter finish and I actually enjoy this one a little bit better. This one's kind of funky, and not funky like Jamaican style or like rum agricole's funky. I mean, like, there's some like earthiness there that I don't quite enjoy. I'm going to wash these glasses and then I'll come back to the next room. Okay, so the next sample is gonna be Commodore's Cut Barrel Aged Rum. This is 90 proof and it's from Marlin and Barrel Distillery. It says bottle number 66 and it's a 2-year-old rum. Super excited for this one. If you have not seen that video, Marlin and Barrel does, it's kind of like MGP. They do a lot of the juice for a lot of Florida bottlers. They give them the juice and then they bottle it and put it under their name. But Marlin and Barrel specifically used to, well, at least until I know, used to make the rum for the bottles of the Order of the Levidian. Those gorgeous bottles with the copper plate label, which was gorgeous and a little bit of patina. So it'll be interesting to see if they continue to make the rum this year, because there's a rumor that Doc Brown from Really Bad Rum is no longer using their rum. So we'll see where he goes next. So let's start with the Glencairn. I'm expecting this to be very, very good because all the juices that I've tried from Marlin and Barrel are excellent. There hasn't been a single one that I've tried that I'm like, oh, it's okay. But again, this is 90 proof, so hair on my chest. Cheers. Wow, a lot of like raisin, dry fruits, that nice cask strength. Obviously quite strong. It's kind of reminding me of, oh man, there's some sweetness. There's like a familiarity to this. I wonder if it's molasses or like blackstrap molasses based. As you can see, this is gonna be a darker color. It's like a dark amber versus the other one was a light one. Let's go. That is incredible. Wow. I have a feeling they add a little bit of sugar, but it kind of tastes, it's kind of reminding me of like a very light honey note, but you still get that proof, but no burn. It is extremely smooth. It says it's a 2-year-old. Jason, does the bottle say? Jason, if you're watching this video, please put comments down below and let us know if they do add sugar. I have a feeling they do add a little bit of honeysuckle honey, but this is very good. Wow. Oh, that smell. There's something that brings me like so much familiarity to the nose. I love it. I'm gonna take another sip. Cheers. On that second sip, There's a little bit more of a hug on the second one, and I am getting still that sweetness, but a little bit of a black pepper note at the end. It is coming up to the top of my nose, which is quite enjoyable, lingering all the way down my palate. Oh, it's a full experience. So let's go to the neat glass and see if I detect anything else as far as the notes. The nose kind of reminds me of like a privateer rum, in all honesty, kind of like Rum the Jewels. I think that's what the nose. But privateer doesn't add sugar. This definitely has a little bit of sugar, I have a feeling, and specifically honey, because I'm getting that sweetness to it. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Cheers. Oh, actually, let me cleanse my palate. Don't forget to cleanse your palate. Oh, but thank you so much for sharing that. That's really good, Jason. Oh, you know me so well. This is really good. Yeah, a lot of like sweet caramel, toffee, dried fruit notes, honey, a little bit of oakiness somewhere in there, but it's 80 proof, so it's kind of like a rum with a sweet rum with a kick is what I would call it. Or a punch. Amazing. Wow, thank you so much, Jason. I so appreciate all the samples.